Good morning. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. First of all, I can't stand David. But shout out to David for the Black History Month twerk going on, as you see on the screen right now. Good morning again, everybody. Welcome again to another episode of Beard Bunnet Chronicles. I am your host, James Bubba Williams, DJ exclusive, here on the ones and twos and threes and fours, dropping it like it's hot, let it up like it's warm. Y'all see it, but the funny part is, when it first came on, that little twerk was going to the beat. I was like, you gotta hit the beat. I was hitting that damn beat, boy. Look at it. Knees like Megan. Knees like Megan. More like knees like my mama. Knees like my mama. I can't stand y'all. Anyway, y'all, good morning again to y'all. Is glad to see y'all bright, smiling faces. Y'all don't understand them shoes I had on. David, you can full screen that real quick, David. Them shoes I had on had these high ass heels. They had them, when I say high, man, I was up there off the ground, and yeah, I was like almost 6.5 feet. Yeah, I was. It was pretty something. But I still got it. Look at them. Ron DeSantis heels. Shout out Ben, who was also here, y'all. Good morning, brother Ben. Yeah, those were those Ron DeSantis heels. They were platforms, were they? I think that's how it was, like a wide ass heel, but just long. So I was just like, oh, okay. Let me see if I can put these on. So I did. I put them on, and I had a good goddamn time. Good morning again, y'all. This is going to be a quick Beard Bunnet Chronicles because we wait for Rebecca to arrive this morning. But we will go ahead and get into it. But before we do, let's do some shout outs. Y'all give me a second. I'm sending out the stream to a couple of people here. All right. I think I am good to go. Okay, here we go. Shout outs, morning shout outs. Let's see who we got in the chat this morning. Nat A, good morning to you. She said, get it, Bubba. Jam Tomb, good morning, Jam. And before I move on any further, y'all, I do want to put out there Jam Tomb's GoFundMe. She has a GoFundMe that I do want to share with everybody. Jam has been going through it, and we just need everybody. We need the community. There we go. To step up and let's help our sister. So if you could head over to GoFundMe/84F6EBF3 right there on the screen. Thank you, David. GoFundMe 84F6EBF3. Let's make sure we help our sister. I love you, Jam, and it's so good to see you this morning. I missed you so much. I really do. I really do. All right, y'all. Back to our little shout outs here. We got Jam tuned in the chat room. Jam, I love you. David, there you go. David, you popped up.
Yeah, Bubba, real quick. So I just put it on screen. She actually got rid of the GoFundMe, so just use the I don't know how you pronounce it, coffee, I guess.
Oh, coffee.
I know what it's supposed to be, but
okay, good. All right, so that one is coffee.com, ko-fi.com/jamtune. That one is so much easier. ko-fi.com/jamtune. Let's help our sister out, y'all. Thank you, David, for that. Shout out again, Jam Tune. Good to see you. I love you. Yogi Pretzel, good morning. Fatal Flaw, good morning. She says, hit it. I hit it, child, and it was hurting. Tyler Hackner, good morning. Nat said that was her. Mardi Gras. I can believe it. Oh, I wish I could have been there. Let's see. Rosalba, good morning to you. Shade Dragon is in the building. Half Black Reaper, good morning. Brian West. Oh, Brian West. Why would you pop your ass up here this morning, Brian? It feel like it's been a month of Sundays since we seen each other, Brian. And just because of that, since it's been so long, let me see what I got for you today, okay? We're doing this on the fly. Not now. Search. Here we go. Boom. Right here. For Brian West this morning. Brian, which celebrity is always ready for cereal? Which celebrity is always ready for cereal? Reese with her spoon. That was from Brian West. Good morning, Brian. Lateef, what's going on, brother Lateef? Welcome, man. Good to see you. It's been a long time. Glad you're here, bro. Love you, man. Mean it. Looney Tunes 9000. What's going on, Looney Tunes? Not my Michael, but whose Michael is it then? Good morning, not Michael. Appreciate seeing you. Glad that you are here. JN Lee 1981. Good morning, Aaron Patton. Good morning to you. Good morning, Mama. I love you, Mama. Good to see you. And I think that's all we got right now. Rachel Bannon, good morning. I see you down here. Let me see here. Did I miss anybody? Ron Foreman, there you go. Good morning. And Neon Death, good morning to y'all. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in, man, wherever you're streaming from. Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, wherever you're streaming at, good morning to you. Like what we like to do every morning before we get started, we like to drop our mental health ratings in the chat room to see how you're doing and how your week has been. For me, I'll say about maybe a 7, maybe an 8. My car has been acting up. I'm broke, but I'm alive. I ain't had no weed, but I'm here. So I guess I'm doing okay. I'm going through it, but I'm here. I'm all right, y'all. I'm doing good. But yes, my car is acting up, so it's been a hell of a week, but still not a bad week. So I can't complain. So drop your mental health ratings in the chat, man. I hope everybody is doing all right. We'll get some of those read. And before I move on any further as well, too, I have to give 2 birthday shout outs to 2 important people in my life, man. The first one is my big-headed ass sister, Kim. Happy birthday, Kim. I love you. Yay. My sister, Kim, turns... Is she 42 today? I know Mama let me know in the chat. Is she 42? Yeah, I think she's 42. But happy birthday to my sister, Kim. I love you, Kim. I hope you have a great day, and happy birthday to you. And then Q's mom. Today is Q's mom's birthday. So happy birthday, Mama Ursula. I hope you are turning up down there in Florida, and I hope you have a great day as well, too. And shout out to anybody else if you're having a birthday this morning. Shout out to you or this month. Happy birthday. It's best birthday coming Black History Month because you get to do any and everything that you want. So that twerk is for y'all. Go ahead and twerk it on out.
I'm going to overuse this extreme, like all the way today.
It's good. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. That's so damn funny. But happy birthday, y'all. Shout out to everybody that is celebrating a birthday in February, man. Hope y'all have a great month as well, too. Shout out to the people that just joined us as well, too. X Left Ward X, good morning. Tiger Shark Studios. And Jefferson Brown, what's going on, Jeff? Good morning to y'all as well, too. All right. Ryan Foreman said he's like an 8. Pharaoh Jane, good morning to you. Jesse James, thank you for that because I need that blunt shout out, as we call it right now, okay? But it's all right. Let's see. Ryan Foreman says, I'm like an 8. All right, Brian, that's good. I'll share my cannabis with you, Bubba. Oh, please do. I'll be on the way shortly, okay? All right. Will anybody else say your ratings in the chat room, man? We're going to go ahead and get started so we won't run into Rebecca's time this morning. Tyler Hackner says a 9. Benjamin Dixon Show says I'm a 5 and an 11 simultaneously. Superposition. Shout out Ben, man, in the chat room, brother. Good to see you, brother Ben. All right. Let's get into it this morning, okay? Let's see here. What do we have today, David? What did I give you this morning to play? Boom, there we go. All right, our first clip that we're going to go through today, our very own friend and sister to the show, let me get it right. Olayemi Ole, of course. She shared a story on her Instagram that I found quite hilarious. I'm not sure if you all saw it, but I had to bring it on the show today because it was mad funny, yo. As they would say in New York. So let's see what happened when Olay was waiting for the train the other day.
Sitting in the subway station, and this white man walks up to me, and I think he's asking me for money. He has his hand out, and I was like, no, sir, actually, I don't have anything. And he was like, no, I'm giving you this. All I have is $1.75. I said, sir, I'm not homeless. And he said, it's okay. You don't have to lie. Take the money. You, I took the money, but I did leave. I did leave.
I'm My comment when I saw that, I said he tried the F out of you, Shawty, but that was funny. All I said, but I left. And granted, David, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure it's been cold. I think this was last week when she posted this. And I know it's been cold as shit in New York. So I'm just like, damn. How do you say my girl dressed like she was homeless, man? I ain't appreciate that. But shout out to Olay, man. Brother Ben.
Bro, like, the fact that she shared this story,
Yeah.
number one, makes me love her anymore. Shout out, Olay. Number two, thank you, because I ain't laughed this hard in a long time. That's all I wanted to say. You can take me down.
Oh, don't worry. We're going to bring Ben back on another clip shortly. But before we do that, man, shout out to Olay. That was hilarious. All right, since it is Black History Month, I did bring another Black History rap for y'all. This time has a little New Orleans beat to it, and I think I like it. I like it a lot. So yeah, check this out. Happy Black History Month again, y'all. Let's check out what we got going on this time.
Wallace is planning for the daily. You know my name, baby. Aretha Cassahedi. Big mama of the town, I'm the big talk. I don't just talk about, but can I do the civil war? I walk to freedom. The freedom riders coming to my house, the horse to meet. We went to corner street and sat and only white was eating. The one that put his gun up to my face and I kept eating. What you know about that 335? What you know about escaping to the strike on the low? So that the clan don't know. They looking for this Negro. After I put on the show on that bus like, cause we ain't getting up. Matter of fact, we sitting up. Trying to get me up, but you ain't big enough. Been took, rocking down that Rose of the Bounce. So it don't bother me when they take out the dogs of Alabama. When you hear that bop, bop, better drop. I empty out that clip cause Dick tell me don't stop. Get down and get caught. And mouse is my heart. Don't run me through my Glock, stop playing with me. I said I hate to knock your teeth out, peace out. You gon' knock that cause you playing with your life. I do not fight, you don't say. I didn't come to play. I came for the slaves. We can do it the easy way. I went to do it the hard way. The trousers hard, let them go or you can die. I was in the union as a spy and as a nurse, but ended on front line. And I ain't lying.
Man, when I tell you, so I went down a rabbit hole the other day, Ben. She has about like 20 or 30 different versions of the Black History Month little rappers, but Rosa Parks and Harriet Tubman appear in just about all of them. When I tell you, it is the most, first of all, it's funny, but it's cool as hell at the same time because like, she's a hilarious person. Kendria Bland is her name, y'all. If y'all want to go look her up on, I think she's on Instagram and TikTok. Has some great videos, but what she's most famous for is her SpongeBob videos, where she's twerking with SpongeBob, and it's like literally SpongeBob is twerking and talking crap and everything. It is hilarious, dude. You gotta check it out.
The one I like about from her, or the one I remember the most, is the zombie one. When she's flirting with a zombie, she's like, "Ooh, you look like you." She did the Hannibal Lecter real good. She's talented and scary
at the same damn time.
And they do go resolve, but they definitely go hard.
Yeah, they really do. The beats, when I saw that beat last night, y'all know I love a New Orleans bounce music beat. So when I saw that one, I'm like, yep, this is going to get used for the show. Hey, and while we have Ben on, Ben.
Oh boy. What's up?
Did you see the unaired episode of Scooby-Doo that came out?
No, but I feel like my career as a pastor might be in trouble if you share what's going on.
Maybe we should take Ben down on this one. I don't know. Ben has no idea about the lost episode of Scooby-Doo that he is about to see, okay?
Oh boy.
So anything that is on the screen that pops up, Ben has no idea about. Give that disclaimer.
Father, in the name of Jesus.
But now, David, if you see Ben's face start sweating a little bit, you just take him down real fast, okay?
No, I know how to cut my camera off. You'll see the rainbow flag real quick.
God damn it, why does it smell like deep fried urinal cakes in here?
Get your
Restart
bitch
it,
ass
David,
out of
restart
here,
it.
Fred.
Is that your twerk win?
Hands on your knees. Hands on your knees. Hands.
God damn it, why does it smell like deep fried urinal cakes in here?
Get your bitch ass out of here, Fred.
Is that your twerk win?
What?
It smells like sea monster shit in here.
What's all the commotion? What's that smell? Is there a dead body buried in teenage armpits around here?
That would actually smell better. It's Velma's twerk wind.
Oh, Velma. You've
No.
got to let that coochie breathe when you twerk. If you don't, all that vagina and booty hole sweat comes together and makes a hot tub for bacteria. That then creates a concentrated cloud of stank that smells like a bouquet of dead gorilla dicks. How do you make a coochie breathe? Easy. So you have to aim to give yourself the world's most awkward hug.
Wait, stop,
where the
David,
goal
stop
is
it,
to
David,
kiss
stop
your own ass.
Motherfucker, God.
Wait, now that that's over. Wait a minute. Do we have no policies and procedures as to what can air on this channel? Tomorrow in church, I'm going to pray for forgiveness for even listening to that and laughing as hard as I did.
Oh my gosh. Ben.
Oh my goodness. That's
I
right,
told y'all.
Nat, the frequencies canceled and my camera went out. My camera wouldn't stay on during that.
Yeah.
James.
The Lord said, Father God, Ben cannot see this today.
No. What it was saying was, Father God, Ben does not need to be seen as this is playing. That's what that was. Oh man. Mark Saunders said, I'm so glad I listened to this show with headphones on while I'm at work.
I'm glad you do too. And look, I gave a disclaimer for Ben. I forgot to give the rest of y'all the disclaimer. Hey, parental advisory.
Brian, listen. Brian West said, Ben is like, is there any control? Is there anyone that controls this channel? I don't know. I come back and they got public service announcements from the hood about bacterial infections, and I just like
Man. Okay.
I didn't say bring me on. Look, you're right. Look, who's controlling this channel, right? That's one. Two, David. Come on, let's wrap it up. All right, let's wrap it up. I'm tired.
Your microphone.
You ain't even on the right microphone. As somebody trying to call me at the same time. What the hell is going on?
Because I wasn't supposed to be on. Let's wrap this. Let's get to like it or not.
Save me, please, Rebecca. Save me from cancellation.
Well, we got Rebecca here. Well, let's show Rebecca the baby's names of 2024 that is gonna.
See, Rebecca, this is what we get for imposing on his time. This is his time. We ain't supposed to be
This
here.
is my time. Okay, look, God dog it. So our new 2024 baby name list has come out, and it goes something like, you know what? Let's not do the baby name list while we have Ben here. I think, and I wanted to get your take on this, Ben, because this was funny when I heard it as well too. There is this new Gen Z Bible. Have you heard about that?
I don't want to know about it, James.
I mean, it's when I tell you, it's very Gen Z. That's what I'll say. David, can you play that clip? It's the bald-headed Caucasian man.
I'm retired. I'm resigning today.
I did hear about a new translation out called the Gen Z Bible, where someone had taken the scriptures and translated it into Gen Z language. Now I'm going to read part of this. I do want to let you know I would never dishonor God's word. I have triple checked this to make sure this is exactly what Luke 1 communicates when the angel talks to Mary. Check this out. Mary was a pick-me girl for God and was simping for him in prayer when the angel Gabriel appeared to her and said, "Ayo, you're a real one and the top G is feeling you." But she thought his compliment was sus and gave him the side eye. So he said, "Baby girl, chill. God sent me to tell you you've passed his vibe check. And low key, he wants you to have the main character. You name him Jesus, and they will all say, he's him. She said, how can this be since I promised him my body count will always be 0? Respectfully. He said, this ain't about cuffing season, for the Holy Spirit will live rent-free in you, and your boy Jesus will be a divine bro. Beside, your cousin Elizabeth is with child, she who is already older than a boomer and whose husband is way past beekeeping age. So Mary said, bet. Gabriel left her on red, and she let the Holy Spirit cook.
Would you read it?
That was so wholesome. Like, how the hell do you juxtapose that last clip with the dichotomy? You better, hey, David, you better take us and start the show for Rebecca.
I did hear about a new...
It's levels, James. Levels on this episode.
We can go from twerk win to Gen Z Bible in a heartbeat. All right.
DeSantis styled heels, platform shoes while Bubba twerks to bacteria. Anyway, let's go.
Cesspools. Anyway, y'all, thank y'all so much again for tuning in to another episode of Beer Burner Chronicles with yours truly, man. Hey, if you haven't already, please like, share, subscribe. Like It or Not is coming up next. If you want to give directly to your homeboy, you can. DJ X3C on Venmo and DJ Exclusive on PayPal. Help a brother out. My car broke down. I love y'all. I mean it. Like it or not, it's about to go down. Like it or not. Let's start this damn show. Yes, it's time for Like It or Not. Rebecca Azor. Let's start this damn show. Like It or Not. Rebecca Azor is in the house. You know she got a funny story to tell. Talking politics, culture, a real life-ish. I live in life in the ATL. Benjamin, yeah, that's my man. He's always coming up with the master plan. Politics scheming, or trying to find the meaning of life. And while the feds keeps us in strife. I'm your DJ. I really don't need no introduction right now, but you know what? I stay dropping them jams. Y'all know who I am. Good hope, dad jokes, culture-ish, politics. What you're hearing right now was the culmination of all of this. I started out with the mic in my hand, and I graduated to a plethora of fans. I love bringing joy to the people. It makes me feel great, makes me feel regal. I do what I do for you. 8 p.m. Friday, you know how we do. Let's go. It's time for Like It or Not. With Rebecca Azor. Let's start this damn show. Yes, it's time for Like It or Not. With Rebecca Azor. Let's start this damn show. Like it or not, y'all. 2023. Let's start this damn show. Let's go.
Like It or Not starts now.
The way that was crazy. But that was a wild show you guys just had there. And
if you turn your microphone on.
Oh.
Okay, you ready?
Ooh. I hear the sniffles.
Me too.
I'm over here too.
I got a migraine. This all
Rebecca, yeah. Okay, and then we hear your speaker too. Your microphone didn't connect either.
Oh, because my speaker is messed up too. I hear it like.
So that's on my other MacBook, my main MacBook I use for DJing. When I tell you, it sounds like somebody bass rattling in a trunk, child.
Hold on, let me get the audio together. I promise you, I got you. 1 second right here. It's telling me that my mic is connected, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead, get it to the correct mic.
Yes, there we go. Now you cooking with grease.
I still know.
Now let Rebecca cook. Cook on up, girl.
Not feeling too well this morning. Got a slight migraine. You know, yeah, it's all right. You know what I'm saying? If I do a little bit of that, don't worry about it. It's right over there. Like, don't judge it. Okay, something going around, something's hitting people's households. Kids are going to school, daycare, running back home, and giving it to the whole house, and then asking to watch Coco Melon. This is what's happening in our community right now. This is what they're not talking about. There's a stomach virus that's hitting people just because you looked at them.
Yep, these are all facts. Because like January, that was literally my life in January. It was all of that. Everything that you said is true, and it's still going on.
Yeah, no, this is exactly what's happening, and so I'm kind of not feeling well, but I bind it up
in the name of Jesus.
We send it back to who's trying to get me, because I'm not gonna get God. I promise you that. I got my good tea. All right up in here. Ginger. And this is not the Haitian version. This is the Jamaican. I can only find the Jamaican packets in the store right now, but I do have the real ginger that I'll do later. But yeah, anywho, that's what I'm on. And I saw what was playing. What I was saying was I saw what was playing on the previous show. And so I said I was coming on at 10:30. The timing that I said I was coming on, I didn't know that's when Bubba's show start. So that's whatever time I say I'm coming on, you come before that.
Well, if you would have read the text message thread, you would have saw that David was having some technical difficulties.
Oh, I did see that actually. I didn't tie the two together. So that's fine. Because I was going to blame all of what happened just now on David. I was going to blame it all on David.
It's Black History Month. That's okay.
Yeah,
it's David's fault anyway. It's always going to be his fault.
You didn't let me David's fault. Like I should have. I was going to definitely say, and David. You didn't let me. Not David danced before the kid. I was going to say, and David.
That was the wrong kind of. See, we be the wrong kind of dancing. I knew the wrong kind of dancing was just about to come up when you talking about David dance before the Lord. I knew David, white David, behind the scenes.
Let me. I'm gonna find a video, and I want you. This is what I'm on Black during Black History Month. Okay, I didn't say Bubba dance before the Lord.
That won't be the dance that I'm gonna be doing. I don't think.
So while I look for this video, because this is gonna be hilarious. While I'm looking for this video, listen. Good morning, everyone. If you are tuned in right now, we did not greet you correctly.
Right.
But what we're gonna do, because we're streaming now, like it or not. I know y'all had a little bit of twerk session and all this other great things. Y'all had been blushing like nobody's hands on your knees. Your hands
it
on
wasn't
your
the
knees.
hand on your knees. Like I've incorporated twerking into. I mean, I don't even have to incorporate it. It's part of our life.
There's a gospel version of that. You
Right.
could have played that version instead.
The Scooby Doo.
That script was crazy wild that I just heard. But hands on your knees, hands on your knees, shake that for Drake and shake that for me. Hey. See, that's better. That's more in the spirit. But anywho, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Like It or Not, where we're wait.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Do you think, James?
Oh crap! I'm sorry. I'm over here reading the chat. Yes. Good morning. And no, my Cash App isn't working. Venmo DJ X3C.
Good morning, y'all. Welcome to Like It or Not, where we're free to tell the truth
And be as tacky as we want to be.
Oh my goodness! I don't know why y'all came on here with that energy this morning. Look, it's y'all. It's y'all fault. It's all y'all fault.
Listen, there's no turning back. What James started in that first segment.
That one's streaming on my channel. I always have to come on here and let y'all know that one's streaming on my channel.
We gonna make sure it is. I'm gonna come over one day and just like raise your channel. It's gonna be a random Bubba video like, hey, it's Rebecca's channel, y'all.
I said, now why would Bubba have all? That's what I came in on. The twerking and the air and whatever else was on there. It made Ben sink right in his chair. I said, oh my God. What's going on?
And I know Ben was gonna be, I wouldn't have did it, but then I'm like, you know what? Ben's here.
Anyway,
well, David, play that.
Do it live.
Okay, here is what I have, and I'm gonna send this to y'all right now. But anywho, while we're just checking in, I want to first start by checking in with you all. Everybody in the chat, how are you guys doing this morning? It's Saturday morning. We're gonna have a good time. We got stories to tell for sure. But how are you guys doing? And I want to start with my host, Ben. Bubba, how has your week been?
My week's been cool. We're sick around our house too.
Oh,
Yeah. But it's been a fine week, and I'm just grateful that it is as well as it is. A lot of stuff accomplished this week, some major accomplishments this week. So I want to tip my hat off to myself for working so hard.
That's right. No, you better.
Well, let me do the gay clap. Let me give you the gay count too. The gay clap.
Wait a minute! I didn't know there was a gay clap.
I didn't know that either. I didn't know it was the two.
This is the
because I thought it was more like a little tambourine.
I'm just gonna do the.
I thought it had a little tambourine and a little shake right here, Bubba. What?
No, that's the one. Like when somebody do something and they carry. You're like, oh, you carried.
Oh,
but see, you're giving me Gen Z, but we do say carried. But you're giving me Gen Z gay. I didn't know. See,
that's like all the gays now, child.
Okay, look, all the gays now. But see, that's
ambidextrous gay.
We're all like we're trying to keep up. We're trying to keep up with the kids are doing this. I'm like, I don't know what this means, but they're doing it for everything. You're cool, Mom. Hey, Tati, what's going on? I don't feel like this is conducive for my mental health. I don't feel like I'm upset. I'm happy. That's what the kids are doing.
So literally, it is.
It is.
I feel like but I feel like it's so strange and foreign at the same time. Like,
don't talk.
It looks like it evolved from a dance. Like there was
get
a
away
dance
from
like
me.
that, wasn't it?
It did a TikTok dance, and then now all the kids.
Okay, that's
move away. Stop.
Right.
You're threatening.
And actually, this didn't come from Gen Z. This actually came from like the real deep gays, like the house gays.
Did you say deep state gays?
The deep gays.
He said, "Do not give Gen Z
credit
for that."
And that's why I read. She's right because the Gen Z. No, that's like when they do balls. There we go. When they do balls, like.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, balls.
It's so much they're trying to explain to y'all.
No,
right?
like a dance,
like the balls.
Yeah.
Voguing. Thank you, Rebecca.
Gotcha.
Now voguing. Voguing. Yeah. All right, you can explain voguing's cool. Yeah.
Yes. So that's the voguing thing, and they clapping. They like, she ate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Bubba, how was your week? I need you to get your camera to focus on you a little bit better. But how was your week?
Me focus on.
Right.
So I was a pain in the butt. Honestly, my car is down, leaking oil very badly. So I can only drive to maybe the corner store, and it's smoking. It smoked bad more than I do. So it's been a week. But I'm here. Yeah, leaking real bad. Yeah. And it's don't have no money to get it fixed.
you putting oil in it as you go, though, right?
Okay. As I go every 2 or 3 days.
You don't have your hood mechanic to come take a look at it.
He's doing the hood mechanic remedy. Keep oil in it until he can get it fixed.
Until it's get it fixed, right? And I do have a hood mechanic, but they all the way by my mom and them house, and that crap is far, and then it costs money. So I'm just like, but this week, Lord willing, everything came out of my account. So hopefully I'll be good to get my car fixed because shit, I ain't got no money now. So look.
Yeah. No, I know how you feel. I get it. It's been a week. But God is what?
God is good all the time.
Okay.
Good.
I need y'all. My amen corner needs to do what they need to do.
Yeah.
It's been a week, but God is
good.
Okay. Now
close somebody.
Listen, I hear what you're saying, Bubba. I pray that you do get your car fixed. You guys already know. And Ben, I know you said your household is sick, but we pray healing into your household.
Amen.
And like over here, I feel like I'm coming down with something, but I'm gonna step above it. It's not gonna consume me. And this week, guys, I had a issue with people. People, right? I realized this week as well that my trauma with police officers is a little bit more than I thought it was. It was triggered with the last incident that happened, and then just me going to celebrate Valentine's Day with my partner and getting off on his exit. He lives on the south side, Henry County or something, seeing how they treated his exit as a checkpoint on Valentine's Day night. And I saw the police officers let everybody go. And then they stopped me though. Like they didn't let everybody go. They were choosing who to stop. Let me be clear. They were choosing who to stop. When I went up and I saw, when I say it had to be like over 50 police officers, cops, them people chilling on their cars like this, lights going off, had that whole section lit up in red and blue on that exit. And it said Henry County Police. And when I was in the line waiting, I was looking over at the other cars. I saw kids in the back seats of their parents' cars giggling, and I saw Valentine's Day balloons all over the place in people's cars, people listening to music, not knowing that when they got up front, it wasn't going to be a car accident. It wasn't going to be an incident that happened. It was not going to be any of that, but it was going to be officers treating the exit as a checkpoint and choosing who they would stop. And I think they saw the fear in my eyes when I seen them. So they stopped me, told me to put my window down, asked me for my license. And I had the paper license and I went through my head. You have your insurance, you have your license, you got everything, you got everything. Blah, blah, blah. I went through that process and I gave it. I said, I have a paper license. Is that okay? He said, a fake license? I said, a paper license.
What?
I call those fake licenses. And I gave it to him and he acted like he was checking it out. And he didn't even look at it. He just stepped back for a second and gave it to me and told me to go. And I didn't know at the time how much it was affecting me. And then I just felt like, dang, I felt like I'm scared to like go into my car and drive, but I'm not gonna let that get to me either. And so that was like a people thing. And then I had the incident at my job where I feel like they're pushing me to try to terminate me because I dared again to question their ethics and in a meeting, and they've been on me since. And my higher up has challenged me this week, and I just felt like this week people have almost like they want to try it with me. They want to find these what they call weak spots in me and challenge me. And I feel like in those moments, I really want to be my old self. Like, who the hell you talking to? You ain't talking to me. Now I have no job. Now I'm in jail. Now I'm like, when I want to act a certain way. And I don't know. That's how I felt this week. And I just kind of had I had to go to God about it. And then I had to call my therapist. I haven't seen my therapist in a while. And I was like, let me check in really quickly because I'm having a problem with people right now, and not in a way where I don't want to be around people, but my social anxiety is kind of triggered because of these instances. And I think about, Lord, I need my job. You know what I mean? Like, I got to be able to pay my bills, but my manager is coming at me because I questioned the ethics of a certain program that is affecting our clients. I don't like dishonesty. So I had to talk about that. And because I talked about it, now I have a target on my back. And because I feel like I have this skin color, and because of what happened to me before, now I feel like there's a target on my back when I see officers. I feel like they can see something in me. So that's something that I had to work through this week, but I'm identifying it. It doesn't have a hold on me. And I acknowledged it, and I'm taking steps to make sure that doesn't take over my weekend or my mental, right?
Yeah.
And so that's where I'm just at with that. Yeah. So
Becca, was that exit 218 down in Henry County?
So that was, if I'm going south, it's before at 218. I don't want to give his business out, but it was Henry. I never heard of Henry County. I just saw that on all the vehicles that it's.
Let me tell you, that area, that's where Henry County is huge, by the way. That's where the rest of my family stays down there. And when I tell you it's almost a 45, 50-minute drive from me. So I know that was a long ass drive for you. And then when you get down that way, you're right. It's just like the police in that area. I've heard that they've been harassing my sister as well too, that stays out in that way.
Jesus.
Like, then she does DoorDash and they've been pulling them over constantly, the same officer. So yes, they do tactics like that down there because it's primarily all white. So when they see black people
the
out,
officers are primarily all white. Is that what you're saying?
just about. Even the area itself, even though you have a lot of black people that stay down there, it's mostly Caucasians that you're going to see. And I remember one time my sister and her daughters were at the store, and it's racist to sell. They're leaving out of a racetrack. One of the white guys coming out called my niece a nigger bitch.
Oh.
And they were ready to go whoop his ass, but he got in the truck and he sped off. So Be careful down there, please.
He lives in a predominantly black area, and I think that's why they chose that exit, because everybody coming off that I was looking at is all black. That
all
area
black.
is super black, so it's like a night and day from where we both live. But the police officers that I saw were predominantly white, so that's why I was asking you about that point. So I said, why? And the guy that came to me was an older cop, and he didn't even really chuckle when he made that joke about it's a fake license. I don't know if that's what he runs into. I don't know if they chose Valentine's Day evening to go and utilize, and I go to that exit often, but they chose that exit and treated it like a checkpoint. I felt like when I was in other countries, in Mexico, in the DR, and Haiti, they had those type of checkpoints. So yeah, I don't know why that was the thing, but it bothered me, and I was triggered that evening. I would say that, but I didn't want to ruin my evening. But I kept running through my mind. I kept saying, why did they do that? Why did they stop me? I couldn't imagine if the person in the next car who was going to deliver balloons to their loved ones or whatever they were going to do, or came from a good evening, coming from a hard day at work, whatever. What if they forgot their license at work? What if they forgot their license at home? What was that going to look like for them? Was their car going to be taken away? I just thought about that, and I just was like, I'm not. And then I went through a whole mental thing with like the lady at my job too. I'm like, do I need to step up on her, like, verbally, for her not to treat me a certain kind of way, or do I risk losing my job? People. But then I said, you know what? I saw a video by Tabitha this morning. Tabitha, who I like, Tabitha Brown, and she said, there's somebody out here who was going through something where they gave somebody grace in the situation, and they went back home and they thought about, why I could have said this, but like I could have got with it. I could have responded a different way so that person knew not to mess with me, or I could have channeled a different type of energy, like shared that energy back. But she's like, no, you gave that grace because you were supposed to. You're growing. And I'm not saying that I'm ever going to be okay with what police officers are doing. I'm not going to allow myself to break every time they do what they have to do. Unfortunately, we as Black people do have to be a certain kind of way so that we can make sure we live another day. But don't think I'm not going to get on this mic and not acknowledge what these cops are doing. Okay? I'm not going to not do that. And it's in that word. I said my piece. I'm not going to go back and forth with my manager. I'm going to continue to do what I need to do to protect my job, to make sure that I have income, to have a roof over my head, to make sure that I can take care of me at least. That doesn't mean that I'm scared of the woman, because, honey, no. But that wasn't the time for me to go toe to toe. And I have to be okay with that and be proud of how I just chose to just continue to live my life. And yeah, so that's where I guess I have that.
I mean, there's so many layers to what you just shared. First of all, layers in the fact that it keeps happening to you. Didn't they just roll up to you? Was it at your apartment?
Yeah, when I was heading home from that 50th birthday, yeah. And then I had to go. I have a court date on the 28th.
Yeah, and then the feeling, the sensation that you have that they're after you, it's because they are structurally, systemically, like they post up where they can get away with posting up. They wouldn't do that in the all white. They wouldn't do that in your neighborhood where you live, Rebecca, and the all white. I'm sorry, but they don't do that outside of certain communities. They do it, and they treat it like a police state when you get closer to Black communities, and nobody is stopping them. But you said something I want to comment on. You said that your reaction, even with your manager, right, and then your composure, even with that police officer, shows growth. And there's something like this week, what we're going through in our household. Y'all know me. Y'all know where I am with this whole pandemic thing. But I had to look at this week, and I was like, you know what? I ain't gonna let this one. This ain't gonna shatter me. It's gonna make me lose my cool. I am not gonna let my behavior pattern and how I operate and how I move to my next step be predicated based on whatever is triggering this week, or whatever is being presented to us to trigger us this week, because we're close, Rebecca. That's all. We're close.
I believe it. I said, listen, we done been through so much, and I've been through times where I allowed it to whoop my behind, and y'all witnessed this in real time on this show, and to break me down, and I can't do it anymore. Like, I really want to live. I don't want to die spiritually. I don't want to die mentally. I don't want to die physically. I don't want to do that. So whatever I need to do to make sure I'm here to protect whatever my future is going to be, because I want to live to see that day. I'm going to do it, but I'm also going to fight too. So my fight is going to be reasonable, because I also want to live. And sometimes the choices that we make, specifically Black people, the choices that we're going to have to make, some people are going to think that we're wimping out, we're doing that, but no, that's for me to live another day.
Yeah.
That's for me to protect my peace. That's for me to make sure that my kids are okay.
Right.
That's for me to make sure that financially I'm gonna be okay to have lights and to get on this show and to have conversations with you, so we can have these conversations, because this is our real reality. People think that you know. If I wanted to grift so bad, I would, to make $1 speaking for conservative things that really don't help our community.
Okay, let's be clear about something on our channel. We are not here for money. No,
okay.
We're here for the truth.
We're here for the truth.
And Rebecca, the truth is like the balance. Like we constantly have to balance every single day as Black people in existence. The choice between some get right and fighting to live to fight another day. Like we have to consciously, like you said, we have to consciously make decisions. I'm gonna let that one slide, because if I don't let that slide, you might not live and I might not live. So we're gonna let this one slide, and I'll address it systemically tomorrow. That's what we're gonna do.
And we're blessed.
Me?
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Becca. Finish your point. Go ahead.
I'm saying we're blessed to have the opportunity to be able to get on here and talk. So when things are taken away from us, I usually know it's for me. I call it the stripping season. Yeah. Not stripping, like hey, not making it rain. I'm talking about being stripped from things. Like okay. And when you go through that season, for me, that is one of the hardest seasons for me. But this, I just feel like I have a little bit fight in me. Like that's taken away from me, but I still got this.
Oh
right?
yeah.
Like that's where I am right now, because I can't afford to really. I might cry at 5 p.m., but I know by like 7 p.m. we gonna get rest, and I'm grateful that I'm in a bed to have rest.
Oh, come on!
It's something that you really got, because I am not gonna go through another year feeling like everything is just on my back. Because if I do, I know that will send me down a rabbit hole and possibly get me to a place where I don't want to live. I don't have anything to live for. And that is a lie. We have to see ourselves the way, if you're not a believer, the way that the universe sees you, but the way that God sees you, and even that you remember yourself to be.
That's right. That's right.
Come on.
Like you know yourself to be.
Yes.
Before these people started gaslighting you, before these systems started trying to destroy you.
Before Instagram, remember who you are.
Remember the 90s if you're that old. Come on. Well, not you, Rebecca. You're too young for that.
And that was the point I was just about to make. Excuse me. 2024 is giving me reclaiming my time. I'm not putting up with the shit I used to put up years ago, the years prior. No, when I came, I'm like, nah, bro, I'm not going through the same stuff. I used to be the kind that used to let stuff slide and just not say nothing about it. Child, I am very vocal these days. So 2024, I am reclaiming my time, and I'm not going to let it stop me. And Rebecca, you said some stuff there, girl. Look at yourself, how the universe sees you. You said that, and that's some real shit. Like that ass. Sorry.
Come on. In Jesus' name. Listen. And I say that to be funny, but I also say that to mean it. Like listen, no matter how there is a thing that we do as people, we feel like the most intellectual thing that we could do is to say we're not important, we're not special, we're not, no. You considering how this system is designed to literally destroy us on every single level, Rebecca, the police are literally there for that purpose. If they can't do anything else but to shake up your confidence as a Black woman, that's how they structurally have operated for hundreds of years. So that's who they are. And so there's every aspect of this system that try to tell us that we're not valuable, that we're not worthwhile, and that we have nothing to live for. And then when you add on top of it the stress of what we got to do, we got to get up and go to work. We got to be able to pay these bills. We don't make enough money to pay all these bills. Like you look at your bank account at the end of the month and you start wondering, like, well, why am I even doing this?
Oh my God.
The point is that as the three of us on the screen, because I can't speak for everybody else, but as the three of us have grown and strengthened, we refuse to allow those problems to trip us up like they tripped us up years ago. We're not responding to it.
It's not happening.
You're not getting a reaction out of us. I'm not even going to reply to your tweet. Do you know how many people I absolutely make them so angry, like they want to kill me on Twitter, and then I don't even reply. I don't even go back and look. I said it and I left and went and played with my kids. That's 2024.
Yeah, no, that's where we are right now. And I love it. I love that we are collectively in that space. I feel like there's something that's coming, and we have to be in position and ready for it. Because if we're all here and we're not armed properly and we're not strong enough, we're gonna miss it. And I'm sorry, but I want to be in that number. I want to be in that number. I want to make sure that I am in position for what is good and that's about to come. And I say that for everybody who's watching this right now, and we're going to get to some news, but I say that for everybody who's watching this right now. Listen, wherever you are right now, I need you to find some good things and to be happy about it. Remember what that thing was, because there was a time where you thought you wasn't going to get through it. And where are we right now? What does that mean? You got through it. So it ain't like it's not going to happen again.
That's right.
But it's also not that it's going to be bad for you. You've gone through the worst before and you still smiled even after. Remember who you are. Look at yourself as you should be. Cry about it, but we're not crying for 5 days. Okay. But like talk about it, be frustrated, scream about it, have a little conversation with God. Be like, God, I don't understand where I'm at right now. Let's have a conversation. All right. Be like, release your frustrations, but we're not going to, what's funny? We get so mad sometimes and we be like, oh, so angry, but we still log in for work. Right. We still go and make sure we get up every day and go to work. If that's what you have to do. I need you to show up for yourself the same exact way. Be angry, be upset, show up, log in for yourself, show up for yourself. Do the same thing because you matter. All right. That's my
come on. No, everybody just clap your hands right there all over the building. Come on, all over the chat room. Send up some claps. Encourage yourself. Encourage out here. Look, Rebecca. I know you're gonna get some news. Let me tell you, that stuff is. They're triggers, right? Everybody knows this. They're triggers, and there are some triggers that people will intentionally push, like that cop did with you. And that trigger is there. They know they can hit it, and if they could set you back just enough to set you back a day, they feel like they have a victory. I rebuke those spirits of white supremacy, and I rebuke these systemic things that come around and just try to set us back. No, we know your tricks. Yeah, we're upset. Yeah. We see what happened. Yeah, we see the setback, but you know what? We've come back before, and we're gonna come back again. Yeah. How many times has this show come? How many times?
99 times. They this what's that? What's happening?
We still here.
Okay, we're still here. Things are still going to get done. We're still going to do what we have to do. Sometimes it might be delayed due to us or due to circumstance. At the end of the day, it's going to be done. And that's just it. So with that being said, you guys, I hope that we poured into you guys just enough. Before we get to some news, I still want to play that video when David danced with all his might before the Lord. Okay? David, drop it.
What? Wait a minute. I need to hear the music. Wait a minute.
Where's the music?
Right. No.
I can't stand it.
Wait, right back. What was the only thing that would make it better if somebody put David Dance by Fred Hammond over it? No, he about to hit it right here though.
During Black History Month, this is the only way that David's gonna dance before the Lord.
There it is, right there.
So eventually I'm gonna get a camera working so that like I'm not just the voiceless person. But
not Black History.
Not Black History. I know. But I just want to say that you're giving me way too much credit. You're just giving me way too much credit if you think I dance this well.
David, you was wearing white tees, and I think you said you was wearing Jabot pants.
Yeah, but that doesn't.
You gotta have.
I don't even have
some kind of rhythm.
I don't even have a b-boy stance.
Oh, so you do b-boy stuff? So
wait,
you
wait. Here's a question, David. Are you supposed to clap on the 1 and 3 or the 2 and 4?
Oh,
See, I don't speak that. I don't know.
Oh shit!
That's why you shouldn't have
Too white, too Jewish. Not really too Jewish, but yeah.
See, David, don't be
Jewish
up
people
yourself
just don't dance that well.
No, David, no, David, you're gonna get us. Yeah, come here.
I mean, okay, I'm the Jewish producer. Just disclosure for those that are first time viewers.
Okay, our producer is Jewish. That means he got a little curl.
When the hair grow back,
No, I do not have curl.
He does not. Come on, Rebecca.
No,
Come on.
The closest that came was when I grew. I did grow my beard out crazy during the pandemic, and my brother kept telling me that I looked a certain kind of way.
We have a fascinating way of almost getting canceled every episode. Go ahead, Rebecca.
That's all I gotta say. I mean, a little Justin Timberlake, little curl right now. You know what I'm saying? We saw Justin Timberlake couldn't come back without having a black choir, and that's all I gotta say about that.
So it was everything though. I love it.
No, I have the songs like they play. I love them.
I need somebody to know that this comment was put up by our Jewish producer, not one of us black people. All right.
No, I seen them bar mitzvahs. Y'all got moves.
So we ain't gonna talk about it because I ain't gonna
during Black History Month. Drake. That's all I gotta say. That comment was Drake. But during Black History Month,
gave me joy.
There's a lot of things that are going on, and I need you to cue this up for me while I go into a great soliloquy, David, because I know you dropped it actually in the chat and brought it to our attention. We're talking about here in Georgia, so many things are happening. Racism. There is never a lack here, but it's also what they call the home to the Black Mecca, which, you know, is it really the Black Mecca? I mean, we could arguably talk about that. But anywho, the Black Mecca, Atlanta. And we know that Fani Willis.
Child, let's talk about it, please.
Because I had to get here. There's a, you know, it was complicated. That's a Facebook status. But here, there's drama. It's spicy. It's sizzling. So many questions.
You better
right?
Damn show, girl.
So,
okay.
So much is happening with this, and here's where we are with this. If you don't know who Fani Willis is, she's responsible for the infamous mugshot from Donald Trump. She got Donald Trump. She went after Donald Trump for his 2020 election fraud. Now we could say case, how he was trying to take it over. She's the one that made sure she was going to be the state. She was going to be the representation in this state that made sure that Donald Trump paid for what he did, especially here, and how it affected our poll workers, how it affected people, and just what it did. There was no way that he can get away with that. And she said, oh, he's going down. And the people with him, they're going down too. So as we're in process of that, we knew that when she did that, there would be a what? A target on this district attorney's back. Okay. She also is responsible for letting us know what RICO is. RICO charges. Because not only was Donald Trump on RICO charges, Young Thug, rapper Young Thug was also got on RICO charges. And who did
case
it?
In itself?
Fani Willis.
And the Forest Defenders, Cop City, they getting hit up like a RICO charge. They haven't got charged, but go ahead, Rebecca, keep going.
Oh, yeah. And this is all because of District Attorney Fani Willis. Okay. So
Fani, come on.
Fani. Let me get her name correctly, because that's when the first time I ever heard anybody say it was Fani. And that was in this recent, because she is not on trial, but she's in court. Perjury accusations and reports of death threats highlighted a second day in the courtroom drama of the Georgia hearing, because she's in the hearing to determine if District Attorney Fani Willis should or will be disqualified from the trial of Donald Trump on charges of election interference. And this is because of her alleged relationship with the special prosecutor that she hired for the case. Nathan Wade is his name. Now, I don't know what you got on this, but let's drop some video. I want to drop 2 videos if you can grab those. The video of Fani actually in the hearing, and she's being questioned, of course, by people who support Donald Trump. You can tell. She's being questioned, and her response, and this is what I want people to understand while they watch this response. The reason why it's problematic is because we see Black women in these spaces, and I forget her wonderful name, but who just got elected as an attorney for under Biden administration. Let's lawyer, judge. And we had to watch how she was talked about. Ben, your mic. Katanji, thank you so much. Brown, we got to get it right. Another beautiful name that we have to pronounce right during Black History Month on a Black show. Katanji Brown. She is it Brown? Look, did I give her that last name?
I thought it was Brown too.
Okay, you see, I can't just be doing that during Black History Month. Katanji, we watched as she was questioned for if she was qualified. They want to know if she was actually qualified. They dug so deep into her lifestyle. They made us talk about her, watch her, and strip her. And they wanted just because she's a Black woman. We sat there on an unnecessary questioning. While she was supposed to get that position, while she was going into that position, we never seen any other who was in her position have to go through the same treatment. And this is what we're watching here, in my opinion, of what's going on. Do I think it was messy? Do I think that some things weren't done correctly here? Oh, yeah. But I think that if the person was right, would the same thing happen?
Right. Would it be the same energy?
No, it would not. But let's take a look at Fani Willis in one moment of her questioning and how she responded. I need David to dance before the Lord.
That's what was in my head just then. I was like, he must be dancing behind the scenes.
I'm about to say, David, if you go to YouTube and look up Fani Williams' testimony.
David is the one that dropped the clip. That's the thing. David is the one that dropped the clip.
Did he drop that one?
Yes, he did.
That was your video, David.
That's why I had it. I'll go ahead and get it because I dropped it. I
actually, while y'all look for it, you want me to just kind of. You already set it up. I talked about this on Rolling the other night, and there was a nice sized panel, really diverse opinions on Fani. And I don't say that. I didn't mean to say that. I'm not trying to disrespect her, even though she does have some problematic ways. Listen, it's balancing the fact that she's doing a great job against Donald Trump, against the fact that you got a whole bunch of racist people who are going to be going after her because she's going after Donald Trump, and the fact that she made a silly decision on top of some bad decisions that she made for the Black community in Atlanta. She's a complicated figure for us to support, but I'm a supporter through this Donald Trump thing.
Oh yeah,
that's agreed. And she like very much so is just like, I don't know, but against this Donald Trump, most definitely, because
we'll hold it down.
The way she ate.
Yes,
and it's not only about anything against Donald Trump. You have to understand. Like, Smokey said this on Thursday. She was like, the fact that we aren't looking on. Go ahead and play it.
I was on that point. You about to make it? Okay,
I object. So your office objected to us getting Delta records for flights that you may have taken with Mr. Wade.
And, well, no. Look, I object to you getting records. You've been intrusive into people's personal lives. You're confused. You think I'm on trial. These people are on trial for trying to steal an election in 2020. I'm not on trial, no matter how hard you try to put me on trial.
So my question was, do you have any problem?
I object to getting any personal records of mine.
We're not dealing with privilege through a witness.
The clip that I actually wanted was the one I dropped, that you dropped, that I put in the chat, where she actually told them, you guys are going in, I object to you guys going into my personal business, acting as if I'm on trial when you guys are the ones that are on trial in this. But they're going through her personal business, almost asking even to the moment, when was the last time you were intimate? Her having to talk about her last physical moment with this person, then him having to talk about, hey, I wasn't even with my wife. She and me and her wouldn't even stand together. That kind of situation. Him having to, it's like even down to, I almost feel like they want to know, when was your last period? Why were you right? This is what they're going so deep in, and they want us to say that she's disqualified from it. Put somebody else in. But the way that you guys want to strip her down for a relationship, and I know that on Donald Trump's team, we probably can find this a million times over and over and over in a million different ways for a million different people just on his team alone. I also made this. This was the point I was going to make. And I want you to grab, if you can, my good brother David, who danced before the Lord, of Nathan Wade, who is the attorney that she hired for the case. His name is Nathan Wade. Nathan Wade is his name, and there's a purpose that I want to bring him up. So if you could find any clip of him, also in the hearing, mind you, they subpoenaed her daddy.
What?
Who lives with
Wow.
her.
I didn't know that part. God.
Me neither.
Because this is not what they want you to hear. They subpoenaed
Her daddy,
who lives
For
with
what
her,
purposes?
and asked her, who has she been seeing? And he said, I never met this man though. And she hasn't had a man over like in a long time. I've never met this man. But this is a grown woman who can't live her life, who can't have a man. Now, I will say the decision to date the guy, yeah, Jesus, why would you do that, good sis? And you didn't cover your tracks, right? You didn't do that. But I do know, especially in this time, working on a case like this, the stress. 2020 was a time. Feds. 2020 was a time. No, 2020 was a time, but having a relationship with somebody you work with is not unheard of. Building a relationship with somebody that you work with isn't unheard of. Now, do I think that it was not the right decision for her, this specific case, because everybody's going to be looking for something on her? I think that Fani is so incredibly intelligent to have made that mistake, but at the same time, we are human, and staying with somebody at work, you single, they single, y'all literally doing all this work together. I look at you looking different tonight. Because you heard me when I was talking about how much stress I got in my life right now. You heard me when I was talking about how I feel like they being racist to me right now. You were somebody who was listening to me about these things. And I don't want to talk about Donald Trump tonight. I really just want to sit at the bar and have a drink.
But
Can
the
you come
thing
with
is,
me?
though, didn't they, from what she said, the relationship started before Donald Trump was even in there.
No. You sure? Because I think it
after.
was literally the opposite. I think it was opposite.
It's opposite because
it was in one of them clips. I thought she said that it was prior.
So they knew each other. They met each other at a conference where he was speaking, and they had each other's business cards. But she stated under oath that their relationship didn't begin until those late nights working on this trial. Yeah. But to one point you made, Rebecca, listen, okay, no, and all of us are fallible, like straight up. There's no one should be in a moral high horse position here unless you like Virgin Mary on that clip we saw earlier, James. That said, she's prosecuting the president of the United States, former president of the United States. Like my good God, today, good black sister. One thing I know without a doubt, I ain't saying this to come at Fani. I am not saying this to come at her, but one thing I know, since you brought up her dad, I am quite confident her dad taught her all along that she's going to have to be twice as good as everybody else to get half as much. And included in that advice is you better dot every I and cross every T, or else you'll end up on a stand testifying like Fani had to. Now, does that say like, oh, she's wrong, she did something criminal? No. I mean, based on what she testified, there's no there. But based on the politics of it, like, man, like if I had my hands around the legal throat of such a horrible man as Donald Trump, I would definitely, try to hold on until after the trial, some delayed gratification.
Here's the point that I wanted to get to. And it's basically, here we go. Smokey reiterated it, and so did Sayla. I hope I'm saying your name right. Sayla Lewis and Smokey Rose in the comment section discussing it. Basically, the hyperfixation on Black women and our sexuality is the major problem. If these fools are going to let Trump get away without consequences about it. Basically, Sayla, I like Sayla. Y'all are missing the point. It's not about the facts. It's about having a sentiment that is rooted in stereotypes about Black women. Black women also internalize stereotypes about us. Okay, so there is no amount of correcting that will overcome racism, Ben. But listen, I say this. Let's go to the hyperfixation onto the over-sexualization of Black women. They want to go and check. They called her daddy to the stand of a grown woman, y'all. Subpoenaed the daddy and said, so who else been in this house? Who else been sneaking in? Who you saw? asked her, when was the last time you were physical with this person? Like, so the money, and here I do understand, because by law, right? Because the law, and I know, look, due process. Let's run that whole phrase back. Due process. It only works. We're only supposed to follow it when we're Black. We got to really go by the law, because it was really systemically built to, like, literally get us Black people. I feel like minorities, people who they want to target the most to make sure that that due process affects them. But for some odd reason, due process doesn't affect people like Donald Trump and friends. Due process doesn't affect people that went up on January 6th, because of Donald Trump, what he did, the result was January 6th. The result was our Black poll workers being threatened and doxxed right here in Georgia. The results was people getting threatened just by standing in line at the polls. The result of that was people planning from other cities and states bus rides, creating Facebook groups, threatening. People died. People died. Young Kyle Rittenhouse was a result of what happened. And so I say all that to say, what Fani is going after is that. But y'all going after who's been in her JJ. I don't like it.
Yeah.
But we go back to due process. Fani, my good sis. Look at Nathan. He's an okay looking man. Good looking man when you see him in motion. And
when he's moving,
we're gonna start seeing that.
He is
good looking man, and being around that for a little bit as a single woman and a single man, and you guys you work in the same department, you can stress the same, all those things. Naturally, you're gonna build a relationship with that person. We're coming from a time where loneliness was big, where loneliness was like, my goodness, work relationships sometimes was all the relationships somebody can have. And for this particular case on Donald Trump, you was losing sleep because you made sure you had to cross them T's and dot those I's.
Mm-hmm.
But you slipped up right up in here and let love get you.
That's all. I don't.
There's nothing wrong with it. But they're going to make sure that something's wrong with it. And it does put in a conflict of interest. We can't say that it doesn't. It presents that as the case. But the way that they're trying to go ahead and be all up in her business and call her this and make her unqualified and say that she was never qualified and act like this woman is not as skilled as she is, because she's taking down people that we don't even want her to take down. Somebody had brought to us that she's responsible for some of the Cop City folks being in jail.
Yeah, and the teachers. Remember the teachers in Atlanta? Listen, that's why. Listen.
But with all that being said, though, a lot of our faves have these backgrounds associated with things that we didn't like. But here we are. Let's go ahead and play the clip of Nathan Wade and how he was questioned about his wife.
And before you do, let me go ahead and read the super chat real quick as well, too. From Aaron Brochetter, thank you for the super chat. It says, Ben, Google Wade's business website. He's a personal injury lawyer. You know, hit and runs. Check the reviews. Why would you hire him for this case? And David found some information about that. That is actually not true. He is more than just a personal injury lawyer.
Let's get it right. Fani is not going to just date somebody from around the way. Right?
Listen, I don't want y'all to sleep on personal injury lawyers.
No.
Not y'all two. I'm talking about the audience.
Because here in Atlanta, man,
I mean, come on,
on the damn radio.
Come on, listen, no. We're talking about two things. One, just
a fine man, bro.
Listen, you would be a personal injury lawyer and a constitutional lawyer so that you could pay your bills. Constitutional law don't pay your bills. Personal injury law certainly does. But then secondly, and most importantly, the intricacies of personal injury law as it pertains to tracking down information, money trails, influence, all those things. You please don't sleep on those on top of his other skills. Listen, I don't even know the brother. I just know enough about this case and him to know that personal injury does not take away from his skill set whatsoever.
What's that, Nathan?
Hey, Nate.
Anywho, I
Hey,
am
Nate.
not.
Nate.
But play the video of Nathan. See, here we go. Play the video of Nathan so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Let's take a listen to how they were being intrusive with Nathan as well. Fani, don't come for me.
Rebecca.
In 2023 December, you said you didn't have any receipts.
I do not have any receipts. I did not have any receipts.
But you did travel with Miss Willis in 2023, correct?
I did.
And you traveled with her in 2022, correct?
I did.
And you traveled with her in 2021, correct?
No.
So you only traveled with her in 2022 and 2023?
2022 and 2023 is what I recall.
That's what you recall?
Yes.
Okay. So you just don't remember if you traveled with her in 2021?
2022 and 2023 is what I recall.
Is what you recall. My question is, did you travel with her in 2021?
Not recalling any travel in 2021.
So it's not yes or no, you just don't remember?
I'm not recalling any travel in 2021.
So you did not travel with her in 2021? Your Honor.
No, but this has been covered. Let's keep going.
Thank you.
Girl.
What? Who did she really think she was? Really, sis? Like, I don't know. She's clearly not sis, but really, attorney woman, did you really think you want to trip him up on that?
Like, in some of the questions she was asking, even with Fani, it was just like, are y'all hearing y'all? Y'all are really treating her like she is on trial and trying to take all this attention and everything else away from trial. It's not going to work. You're dealing with black people.
That's what I'm saying. It's not black professionals. Are you thinking we're going to sit here
you.
and we're not doing that? And here's another opportunity where this is what I'm saying. They will look at us. They will target us. They will try to point out fear in us. We've already, historically, we know how that is. We have to be strong. Do you think that she wants to be strong? Do you think that she wants to be going through this or whatever the case may be? She does not, but she's not going to let you, no matter what happens in this case, if she's not even over this case any longer, what you will not do is discredit me as an attorney. You won't do that because I'm a damn good one. And that's the thing.
They can't do it. They tried to do it. And that's the part that I love the most. Like, why, if you watch like as many clips as you could find.
Yeah, because these clips ain't doing what they need to do. Like,
Fani gave these people absolute hell. She embarrassed them in terms of like just raw skills in terms of back and forth and debate. And another thing I'm gonna say, like, listen, I got a couple things that I already named them: Cop City and the prosecution of the tree of the forest defenders. I got that beef with Fani. What happened with the Atlanta teachers some years ago? I got that beef with Fani. Some of the RICO charges that she got floating around there. I support her with Donald Trump. I just said all that to say this though: she my spirit animal anyway. Y'all see how she be leaning back in that chair? She like, I said what I said, and then she leaned back like.
And people are upset about it. I'm like, don't be upset.
No, that's pure. That's
she conflict of interest. I see it, but having her on trial for having a relationship. Yeah. Now we got to do better than that, because there's a man who is running for president right now who has broken every law and is responsible for domestic terrorist attack right here on this good land that don't belong to white folks. Is responsible. And we're going to take all of our tax dollars and everything else and sit here and fund this situation to publicly lynch, as they always want to do, a black woman.
Speak on it.
So the only thing I would want to see is, no matter what she knows the result is going to lead to, which will probably be her being taken off the case, is her fighting for her character. Period. We are not going to sit. You're not going to sit here and tell me, okay, I'm off the case, but you're not going to disrespect my character or you are not going to disqualify me based off of who was in my bed. You will not do it.
Somebody's
Bill Clinton had a whole affair. Remember that? And still was president. We're not gonna. I'm a woman, and you want to count how many bodies I got? I'm a grown woman. Don't ever. And that's why because she's a black woman, they're gonna sit here and try to rip her apart. But we will not stand for it. Or I say no, we will not stand for it.
No,
we will not have it. We will not have it. No,
we will not have it.
God. Rebecca, I know you hate
Girl,
when I
you
do
went
this.
off there, girl. You
Come on,
hate.
you hate when I do this, but I got to do it. Do y'all see this black woman on this screen doing this show?
You ain't that sis.
She's doing it. And the quality, I'm gonna get the gay clap. I'm gonna get the gay clap.
Yes,
I'm gonna get the, and then I'm gonna get the Holy Ghost clap. You better preach, black woman. Come on.
Dude, I spoke that to my son. No.
We don't not have it, baby. Not
I'm not playing about this.
Not a Black History Month. Not today. Not
today. Not tomorrow. Not the next day. You won't be doing that. And I'm gonna tell y'all one thing about it. They want us to focus on. This is the thing. All these things can be true, and at the same time, we're gonna ride for this black woman at dawn, at noon, at midnight, at 3 a.m. in the morning. We will be riding,
now,
and then as soon as we get to a safe space, we're gonna say, "Now, Fani, Cop City."
Yeah, but not today.
Not today. As soon as we get to a safe space about it, we're gonna start talking about, hey, now, Fani, about those teachers.
Come on.
Then we can have a conversation, but we will not allow you to do what you're doing right now.
I might even say, Fani, that you reap what you sow, but not right now. We're gonna take care of Donald Trump.
We're not, and this is not happening. You will not, because she's a representation of black professionals in the spaces right now who are literally having audacity. Meanwhile, their counterparts who don't look like them, who are the contrast of them, are getting away with murder, sexual assault,
literally
stealing, treason, genocide.
They want us to be more. I know it's a different group. But look, they are more upset about Fani's sexual encounter than genocide. So.
Oh yeah.
Amen.
Yeah, exactly. So what are we really talking about here? What is important? You know what black people are going to do? We're going to ride, and y'all going to be mad about it. I'm not going to be on the internet in nobody's conversation or think pieces trying to break this black woman apart. I'm not. So don't expect it here. And that and then for Haitians, you got to add two. Okay. The Haitians, you're going to add two.
Okay.
Like that. Because we confused.
That's slick as shit. Oh my god.
David, cut this segment.
Oh my god.
Put this one on your Instagram.
One thing about it. So that's how we're ending that. We'll be following the story. We'll be updating you guys. Because actually this story isn't even new. This happened about a week ago. Where they were like, she's in a relationship, and David, our white man who danced before the Lord, into our text. I think he was one that dropped it into our chat when the news did drop, because white folks love to see that business. He dropped it right into our chat. Because I said, no, don't do me like that. No, you brought it to our attention.
This white man got too much power to be able to bump into our show like that.
It's crazy. Very white of him.
Here go Bill. Somebody need to take that button away from that white man.
Now, speaking of taking buttons away, we have to start taking away mics. Best Buy needs to remove the microphones.
Along with the
Amazon
media.
needs to stop selling microphones today. Because I'm tired of the discourse online, and this is the discourse I'm talking about. I'm about to run you guys and play. I said I didn't want to do this. I said I don't want to put these folks with microphones and other things out like this, because they have, and this time it's not even a black man, because y'all think I be coming for black men, but this one is a black woman. And remember when I was telling you this, not only black men that are putting out this rhetoric about dating and relationships and what they're doing and how they're doing it and how they should be dating. Here we go. I need y'all to really step into this one, and I'm going to drop it right here for you, David. It is in the text message chat. This was a conversation, and this is a very, very popular podcast. And again, I need Best Buy and Amazon to do their best one and take away the microphones, take away the equipment for podcasts, Stop training up these people to get up in the morning and start saying divisive things that are going to go viral because they know they'll make money off of it. And that's the only way Black people seem to be going viral these days. We're not going viral in the soft spaces too much. Not too much people can go viral in the Christian spaces. Not too much people can go viral in the spiritual spaces. But they can go viral if they start talking about the divisiveness against Black people in any kind of way. It could be diaspora wars. It could be relational wars. It could be gender wars. It could be sexuality wars. But it has to be Black people having that discourse amongst each other. I don't get on here and I don't really see too much white folks trending with that kind of stuff. They can just say what they got to say and keep it moving. They can literally get up on the camera and stand there before us like David danced before the Lord, and they will continue to trend. But here we are. Let's play this. Let's take a look at what these women were talking about in this. And here, it's about dating, and it's about finances and dating. Let's take a listen.
If you're making $50,000, don't date. I'm just being for real. You're not ready to date.
Again, I'm with you. When
You're not ready to date. You're not ready to date because courtship costs.
Okay.
Everything costs. You can go for 22 walks in the park. Eventually, Shorty is gonna need a sip of something. She gonna be thirsty. This bottle of water is $3 in Atlanta. Let's not play. So if you don't have any expendable cash, don't date. And whatever that looks like for you, you might only make 50,000, but you live in a shoe, and now you got expendable cash. Or get you a bottom of the barrel that's going to date you when you have no money. If she doesn't have the expectation, and I'm going to tell you this right now, enjoy it while it lasts, because eventually you're going to want to run, because she doesn't stretch you. She doesn't make you the man that you need to become. She allows you to be the stagnant dude in the same jeans for days. You know what I'm saying?
Be cutting up.
I'm
You
just
talk about
saying.
me.
So if you're making 50.
Okay. So I'm going to repeat the first thing that she said. If you're making $50,000 a year, don't date. And I'm the female on the show. I'm going to have my spill. But what do you guys think about what you just heard?
You want to go first, James? You want me to go first?
I can go first because I think that's stupid as shit. It shouldn't be about money. I mean, money will come into play. And it won't even come into play. When you're dating, you're dating. I mean, you talk it out. What works for you works for you. It don't matter what it is. I mean, that's just stupid. And I'm not going to say all females, but some of these females now that get on just for clout and say stuff like this is very problematic, because now you got females that, oh no, I'm not going to go to god doggone, what's the Cheesecake Factory or Papa because you're not making enough money. That's poor people stuff. Girl, what? I'm a hardworking ass man. So if that's what I can afford, if that's what you want to do, I'm going to do it. Even if I can't afford it, if I want to take you there, that's where you're going. But now it makes it seem like men can't do nothing nowadays. That's just the sassy list. You can't be sassy. You can't comb your hair. You can't brush your teeth. You can't do this. You can't do that. I mean, it makes no sense. And I don't know when this turn came about, because years ago, but before the pandemic, it wasn't like this. And if it was, maybe it was so hidden that we didn't see it. But nowadays, everybody got a microphone and something to say. It don't make no sense. But to me now, it just shows me who some people really are and where your mind is at.
Like, you know what? Mrs. Puff from what is it called? SpongeBob. And that was really rude of them to say, but for her to call women like that was matching her energy. Because you labeled women who would stick right beside you bottom of the barrel. And here you are sitting here and talking about finances. Now, when we go to talking about what men in the comments were saying about her looks, because that's it, they said, okay, you talking about pockets and we're talking about what you look like. So that's, and
here we are. We were so kind not to even go there. We didn't even bring it up.
Yep. And here it is. And to me, she's a beautiful woman, but we all know when you're talking about somebody's pockets, now somebody's going to find something like, for me, $50,000. I'm going to be honest with y'all. That ain't even my salary, right? At the end of the day, you can't tell somebody who or what to date. If in Atlanta, that is a logic. unfortunately, in Atlanta, that is a
Amen.
logic. You need to have this certain amount of money, be doing this certain amount of things. Hustle culture, and hustle culture is basically you doing a podcast, jumping in your vehicle to run over and do some content with some other people in Atlanta who are lawyers and that. I went to an event, a party. I felt so out of place because everybody in the room were who's, and they look at me as if I'm that, but I'm so uncomfortable because I'm like, I'm not walking around trying to just take pictures with you because you're this person. I'm really just trying to have a meal and maybe talk to you, not even network. We're at an event. Let's talk. But this is the logic here. You have to always be on your stardom. You always have to always be, if that man doesn't make money, I'm not going to want him. And have your preference. Have your preference, Bubba, your camera. Have your preference, but at the same time, you can't put that on everybody else. You're actually making this Bible. They have this podcast called Poor Minds, and this type of rhetoric, a lot of women are going to hear it and they like to go with it. This is their Bible. This is their end all be all. This is their blueprint on how they should move throughout life. Unfortunately, that this is their preacher. So when she's saying these things, the women who are listening don't even make $50,000. So now they're going to think that they can't go out there and date or be able or capable of being loved. This type of rhetoric is absolutely benign. I don't like it. I don't care for it. I know that when I didn't have anything, it made me want to continue to move towards getting something. But having somebody who's rocking with you, not because of potential, but because they know, hey, listen, I see the potential, but I see you're actively pursuing that thing. You are not going to be the type of person who's going to sit here and take a job because it's paying you this much and be miserable. You're going to make sure okay, we're going to pay the bills. And you're going to actively pursue what you need to pursue. You're not sitting on potential. And that's why I'm rocking with you. And now look where we are. You don't know what every story is going to be. You're acting like everybody's a bum. You said a woman that sticks with somebody and sticks with you while you're down and, whatever is a bottom of the bin. And mind you, that's the Atlanta culture. I see women. I've sat with women and I don't come from that. I literally came here. I ain't the type of girl to be. Now, don't get me wrong. I do believe, you get with somebody, a man wants to take care of you, that baby girl, and that's okay. If you attract those men or whatever the case may be, that's beautiful. I love it for you. I wish, I know I attract good men who want to take care of me, but that's a hard struggle for me. But at the same time, love is literally something that we should not have to feel like we have to wait to get. Because of an amount of money. Love is freely given, and it should be freely given in this world. And if we take it back to I'm gonna take it biblical. What is the definition of love? It's God. That's free. That's free. And if my man,
the definition of evil, the love of money is the root
of all evil. So how can we mesh the two? Now you're gonna be out here. A lot of the women out here are dating for money. And men are starting to do the same thing. If a woman doesn't have a BBL or doesn't carry herself, or if she has a 9-to-5, they're not really feeling that. She has to have some kind of modeling career with Fashion Nova or whatever. Listen, you do not have to date the way the internet tells you to date. You are capable of being loved and to love. And where you are right now may not change. And you should not stop that from you. If somebody sees you and wants to love on you, you should not literally say, I'm sorry. I make $30,000 a year. I cannot be loved. You see how ridiculous I just sounded? You see it? It's ridiculous. It's dumb. And we're not going to continue. Hey, if you want to go with that, and I understand at the same time, love isn't everything if you are going into a serious relationship. Now you have the conversations of finances come into play. Now the conversations of religion come into play. What you believe in, those things do come into play. But love itself is freely given. And if you just decide to go into a relationship, and here is the thing. These people are thinking that this is how you should come. Sometimes you come to somebody who's building on something, who may not have wanted to date, but they met you and things have changed. And now I do want to date. Now I want to do life with you. Now you meet the person and there are things that are charged up in you where you want to change and that person wants to change. And the life that y'all thought that y'all was going to have separately together, it's solely different. 50,000 here, 50,000 here is 100,000 for us together, baby. That's for us together. So, yeah. Smokey said these are the same women ready to leave a good loving man, Savannah, because he didn't peel an orange like that damn TikTok trend. Yes, there are women who get on TikTok and say, because he didn't know how to pronounce Moet. Meanwhile, it's Moet. Because he didn't know how to pronounce Moet. And Sauvignon Blanc. Blanc. While y'all sitting on here, y'all can't even pronounce it, but you're getting on here. I felt like he was not the man for me, and I just
quesadillas. Can I order some quesadillas?
Right,
quesadillas.
Y'all sitting here, y'all can't even pronounce these things and then y'all sitting here trying to. No, sweetie, please. Like all of you guys, it's like you're looking at this from different perspective, and not everybody's life is going to be your life. And everybody who wants to pursue a man who's in hustle culture or Instagram this and Instagram that and this and that, not people want to actually live and love. People want to take walks in the park. That's free 99. People actually want to sit there and have a communication at Olive Garden.
Yeah,
they do.
Actual
conversation.
Yeah,
but see, that's them damn millennials.
What you watch on TV?
Okay,
that's them damn millennials.
People actually want to just take a drive and listen to some music and look at houses that they might want to in the future see themselves in.
It's called dating and getting to know someone. They don't care about none of that. They just want, how much money you make a year? My money.
If he not making 50,000, that's at the bottom right now. If he not making 50,000, I ain't really trying to be.
So I wonder West Tennessee State they stay in, because I don't know if they know now. 50,000, I mean, even 60,000 ain't no money these days. Do you know what the cost of living is?
James,
shit.
He said 50. Listen. I got to qualify something here. Now I done made everything from 10,000 a year to a whole lot more. But when she said 50,000, like that was a lot of money, I knew she was a
dude. I'm just like, where are you basing your pay scale at? Did you not know the cost of living in Atlanta right now is like $80,000-$90,000, and that's even be considered middle class.
50,000 is on the lower end, though. That's lower scale. But here's the thing, so that's why I'm gonna go look for love. 50,000 and 50,000 together, baby. Yeah, 100. So now we living together. We making it shake. We making it do what it do, and now we can go live out of the country on this money, because now we got both work at home jobs, so we can go work remote out of the country and live like kings and queens in another country. So stop playing with me. If Atlanta is your end all be all because you want to pay $3 for some water, I'm not paying $3 for water. You know why? The water where I live at, though, it's good, it's clean. I don't have to have water shutdowns and stuff where I got to pay them. See, be mindful. You over here thinking like Ben said, thinking tacky in this city of Atlanta, letting the logic and everything and the lifestyle and how you got to pay for parking in the place that you live at. Okay, like you over here making that whole thing. You literally live in a shoe. You live in a shoe.
Come on.
But because your high rise is the view, and all you hear, but next door you can hear babies crying. You can hear all these things happening right there. Everybody in your building has gotten their car broken into from security. What are you talking about? So this Atlanta lifestyle that you're trying to keep up with, when you don't remember when old boy came here and tested out the restaurants, and it wasn't the food that was nasty, it was the servicing that was nasty.
Service.
Because this is the type of conversations that y'all having at the table, taking pictures while people waiting to sit down and have something to eat. I'm sick of y'all.
Period. That's real stuff. Sick of it. Y'all
cannot be the Bible, but this discourse is happening online. And while it is only a small percentage of our already marginalized group that are living these lives, this is what we're seeing, because this is our space in social media for Black people, for this to be the things that go viral. You know who else is watching these things? White folks.
Yep.
And this is how they're viewing us too.
Yep. Yeah.
Because they're dating their $20,000 a month man, building a business with him, and what happened? They in a trailer park and doing TikToks about their love. I've watched so much Black love that doesn't get enough attention online. I've seen it. I've witnessed it. It's happening. I've actually seen Black people this past week, how Black people gathered together on Super Bowl Sunday for Usher's concert. I've seen how Black communities and African communities got together. Francophones that talk terribly about each other's culture get together and support each other for the soccer series that they had out in Africa. These things are happening. So the discourse that goes viral are the ones that are all about division. are the ones that are tasteless about people's pockets and how we should measure that. Love should be measured on that.
Where do black women on podcast, like, and men too, who talking about love in context of capitalism? Because I mean, let's just be real. 99% of your struggles, the reason y'all want somebody who makes so much money is because the system is designed to take everything you literally got. So instead of saying like, let me find a man who fits in this system.
Let's
really
talk about
good,
the issue.
Let's talk about how we tear this thing apart.
Where the problem stems from.
Capitalism.
Okay, so I'm not gonna lose out on love for that, but my man understands why this is happening the way it's happening, even though we all got 17 degrees that we weren't even able to use because the system literally told us that once we got out, we was gonna get jobs. Meanwhile, we need 17 years of experience with this white girl whose daddy owns the whole company. She can just scoot on in with no kind of nothing and get her and get the job done. The only time that black people were able to get involved in any of these positions freely, let's not forget 2020 when all the white people were going home. Black people said we'll step up because we always been qualified, and we finally started seeing big checks. Black women and black men in tech became something that was way bigger than it's ever been during the pandemic.
Really did. Mm-hmm.
Remember, inclusivity, diversity, and inclusion became a thing. Our creations were coming to life. We started seeing checks that we never seen. We started building. We didn't know how long it would last, which is funny. So people started actually creating their own while making that money. Right now, they're trying to take us back to what it was prior to them, where we were only able to have a position at the job that was lower in and be tenured and only get a little bit more than whoever else next to us who is doing really nothing to hold this company together. Let's talk about that stuff that's keeping us down. Let's talk about that. But you sitting on this damn microphone that they done sold you on this podcast that's very popular with beautiful women on it.
What was the host name? What's the host name of that?
I don't know. It started out with 2 original girls that made it popular, and I think they added these other women over time because I only seen it back in 2020 when people started purchasing microphones when they sit in the house.
That thing took off around 2020, man.
It did. It really did.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what happened. She probably ain't got no job her damn self. Like you,
but she's making money when making these types of conversation go viral. She probably doesn't believe that herself, but she's making these conversations go viral in our community. These type of things, when we if we just say, if you ain't making no money, don't even talk to me. You don't you don't deserve to have love. You don't even deserve to step up to me.
Well, the next step from that is to say that if you don't make $50,000 a year, then you shouldn't get married and you shouldn't have kids, right? That's literally an argument that's coming from quite a few people, particularly some white supremacists. But here's the other thing, Rebecca. On one side, you have black women with mics doing this and then talking about it like her, saying if you a man, you got to make X amount of dollars. But then you got on the other side, you got men who are saying, the type of women who act like that, oh, they're this, they're whores, they're this, they're that. And then now that group of men with podcasts and microphones, you notice what they're doing. They're saying, no, we want them traditional wives. We want the wives that listen to us, those women that do what we say, those women who would never get on the internet and say. So it's the perfect combination to get all the black men in this country to hate women and hate black women, and then all the black women in this country to hate black men. And those are the people who got the podcasts and microphones.
Yep. Yeah. And that's on period. Listen, at the end of the day, I don't agree with it. And I think that we have to go back to not letting these type of conversations, because shape our lives or define us. The only problem I have with it is these are the ones that the algorithms and these different social media platforms allow to get pushed to the forefront. And that's why we see so many skits that are based on division, cheating, lying, scandal in our communities, over sexualization of Black women, and undermining of Black men, disrespect of Black men. That's what we're seeing go viral. And I'm so sick of it. But what's funny is that's not the reality in the world, but yet because it's on social media, Shade Room is very viral. I ran on a page that showed Black love. I can't find it anywhere. It doesn't come. I ran up on this page because somebody sent me something and it had more followers than the Shade Room. Yet the Shade Room is the staple that we will see Kamala Harris tap for conversations. And that's what we'll see. But we're not going to see promotion of Black families. We're not going to see promotion of Black education too much. Sometimes they miss opportunities. The Shade Room literally misses opportunities to have those conversations that are highlighting Black excellence. And I'm like, it's been 3 days since this great story happened, and they miss those opportunities.
Oh my God, you've diagnosed this thing perfectly. They're disincentivized. They have Shade Room, Hollywood Unlocked, Gossip. What's the name? We go down all of them. They are disincentivized, if that's the word, from doing anything positive, because the negative things get shared the most. And it's the hustle culture, it's the hustle mindset that will do anything for money. But here's the thing, man, that those are the people who this system is giving power to. The Black people that got power in this social media system are the ones that are the most toxic and share the most toxic content. And y'all Negroes don't think that's on purpose.
Because here's the thing, when we see the positive ones go viral, they won't allow the other ones who are doing the same thing. Because in my mind, there's different ways that we can all do the same thing, and it's okay. But what they do for Black people specifically, when it comes to like good, wholesome content, we have Tabitha Brown. They only want one of Tabitha Brown. They don't want, and mind you, we know so many good aunties that are just like Tabitha Brown, that all they need to do is turn on their camera and start actually making money, just like the white folks are making money off of this thing, because there's room for everybody in this specific thing, but they only want one Tabitha Brown. She can only be a Black woman doing positive stuff, going viral. It can only be her. If you've watched any other woman go viral for doing positive things, I mean, not go viral. If you've watched any other woman do her stuff for doing positive things, it wasn't until she started doing something else that was outside of positive that she got viral. Trust me, I've seen it. I can name a few, and I'm not, because I love their content as well. But this is just what it is. If I were to start doing something different, then, because y'all know me, I'm a girl that's in the streets that loves Jesus, that loves to show her body. Period. I like to show my legs. I got them. Okay, I got a nice chest area. I'm gonna wear sexy clothes. It's just who I am. It doesn't make me less loved. It doesn't make me any of that. But at the same time, I'm gonna be me. But because I am somebody who likes to focus on more positive things in my day and age, it won't get picked up well. But I'm still gonna do it. Don't think I'm not. But those are the type of things they want me to. You know, when I went viral, when I was cussing out Trump every day, when I was stretching myself thin, just focusing on that. Every day I went viral.
Yep.
But because I've chosen not to really have those conversations or focus so much only on those conversations, numbers go low. And I'm still going to stick to my guns on this, though. It is what it is.
No, that just means there's a much bigger untapped market out there that they intentionally will never tap into, which creates an opportunity. It just takes time. That's all. And we're patient people.
Yeah, and we're patient. And I'm with it. I feel like I said, it's coming. And at the same time, I'm not doing that thing with Black people anymore, where it's like, you know, we did it first, we did this. No, there's room for everybody at this table. There's no copying or nothing. Nobody created any such thing or whatever. It's just the vibes. You may like the vibes over here. If you don't, there's a vibe over there. I encourage you and I implore you to go find where it feels good for you, specifically where it's Black, but where it feels good for you. There's room for everybody. And if that table ain't yours, I'm talking about there's millions of tables. There's not just one. And don't allow people like Poor Minds or Baller Alert, people on the microphone talking disrespectful about women in relationships as well, or the right to scare you out of doing something that works for you. Like, it could be starting a hair business. We don't see enough Black-owned hair businesses, or hair stores.
Yeah, come on.
Scaring you of trying to own one because they're saying that it's only for this specific group of people to do it. No, figure out how to do it and get yours. I don't want you guys to get scared to think that something is oversaturated. I heard that commentary back in the day, and it does scare people from doing stuff. But listen, you are the creator. your stuff might look different. How you package your stuff, how you talk about your stuff, you know, the vibes that it gives somebody. Your customer service, your client services could be such a different situation, and your prices or whatever. Don't be afraid to go ahead and do it for you. Like, we're not going to be in the algorithm just divisive. We're just not, because that's not our truth. That's not how we live in this world. All of us here can talk about the relationships that we've had with people and how they've hurt us, and we still go out and love. With the relational situations, how we had to go through things that could have broken our relationship, but we've chosen to fight for it. And that person and you were not making $50,000 at the time. But what kept you was the love. So no. Again, we're going to go back to what we said in the beginning. See yourself. How God sees you, how the universe sees you, how you remember you are, how you think of yourself, and do not let it be negative. See yourself. Okay, so that's my rant. We're at the end.
Yes, indeed. Hold on, before you go, I got two super chats to read for you. Another one from Smokey Rose. She says, like, how we still need a news blurb to show us a black kid getting accepted to college every damn year. And that's real. That's not news anymore. We've been black. We've been getting in school. You ain't got to show that all the goddamn time no more. You really don't.
Black flight, what they call them? Not flight attendants.
Pilots. Black pilots.
Black pilots is a thing.
Been
There's
flying.
a video that I'm going to play. It's actually going to be on my first episode of Shades of Good News, which is a great place to go if you want black positive news. It'll be coming out at the end of this month. But of black pilots, this man gets off the plane, and all the black pilots all behind him, and a white man tries to seep in and dance before the Lord, but he realized it was the wrong moment, and then it was just the black pilots. Because remember, what's his name in Friends? That the right did a whole podcast about being afraid to have a black pilot.
All of them.
Ben Shapiro and Friends.
Yeah, Ben Shapiro. Yeah.
How it's crazy to have a black pilot, and I'm like, oh, see, first of all, having black pilots was such a rarity, but knowing that we have them in this world and that they have been doing their thing and getting us from point A to point B very safely, sometimes making the flight when they get on that microphone and give us a velvety soft voice, calming us down, our fears on that flight, but doing their job. And we have, and they've been
away from Atlanta.
Just like that.
We'll be landed very soon. The
Now
weather's
calm.
about 48 degrees. Nice breeze coming in from the south. Shout out to the flight attendants in the back working hard, doing their big one back there. We appreciate y'all. Again, welcome to the A. We'll holler at you.
You will land and hear that. You will land in the airport and hear that.
Okay. Yes, you would. But see, we have these great things. Black is beautiful. I don't care what nobody
Love
says.
being
And
black,
it's more. I love being black. All of us here are different in blackness in so many different ways. So that's I'm like, it's so beautiful. It's beautiful to be black. And we can definitely step into these rooms. We can do what we need to do. Like we can. There is no limit for us, even though they try to limit us and put fear in us. I don't want us to believe and claim that for our lives. I don't want us to do that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And then, go ahead, James.
Oh, I was about to say I got one more. Go ahead, Ben. I'll wait for you.
No, I was just going to give a birthday shout out.
Magnet Mafia.
Thank you.
Yeah, and that's actually Harrison, Industrial Arts. So he got a different screen name, but that is Industrial Arts. But happy birthday, sir! Thank you, Ben. I meant to do that earlier too. But shout out to Industrial Arts, whose birthday is today. Who's turning 100 years old. So shout out to Harrison.
Read the Galaxy and Smoky Roses comment. They're good.
All right, and then the last one from Galaxy, for the strength you have after these run-ins with the cops and still standing your strength and being here every Saturday and Thursday night. So shout out to Rebecca for that. Oh, okay. Yeah. And this is another one from Galaxy. Oh, dang. And from Smokey Rose. Okay. That's capitalism. Us being divided keeps us down on the bottom of the caste system. It makes us shame the victims, rather dismantle the system, victimizing us. Who created negative algorithm?
White men.
White people. White people. All right. And from Smokey Rose, got to keep them folding chairs on. I'm not fooling with you, Smokey. Got to keep them folding chairs on hand for folks like that. They ain't heard of the Tuskegee Airmen. That is horrible.
Shout out to Smokey Rose for 1, 2, 3, well, like four super.
About five of them.
Smokey keeps rain. I'm a stripper for Smokey Rose. I'm a
Girl!
stripper.
Get it,
And
Becca.
this is my life. Hey, I'm out here
Hands
like
on your knees.
she's been making it rain. Like, hands on your knees.
Hey,
hands on your knees. Shake that ass and shake that ass for me.
She just
Shake that ass for Smokey and shake that ass for me.
Shake that ass for me.
Get it. Get it, Becca. Give me my soundtrack.
Shake that ass for me. All right, y'all. We're at the end of the show. If you guys are here still vibing with us, y'all know what's up.
Twerk.
Make sure you head over to patreon.com/like it or not. Patreon.com/like it or not. And please become a Patreon now. Listen, it is Black History Month. If you ain't doing nothing any other month, this is the month to do it. Tip your host. Tip your host. Okay?
I'm about to say, I did a whole ass twerk for y'all this whole show.
Scrub the ground. Scrub the ground.
The whole ground.
In Ron DeSantis' heels. I heard that right.
That's not Ron DeSantis' heels.
That heel's about that damn tall, about 6.5 feet.
And he's bouncing too. So he's
bouncing. Look at that ass.
Bounce.
No, I'm looking at the heel.
Listen, and he had to hold on to something, but that's all right.
So a person that had a whole person in front of me holding my hand.
I'm dying because I see his hand.
Hey, ease him down slowly, man. Ease him down slowly.
Hands on your knees. Okay, now. Here we are again at the end of the show. Listen, tip your host. It is Black History Month. This is my word for the day. I would implore you to tip your host on Black History Month. I don't care who you choose to tip. That's okay. Please tip your host and contribute to the show. Contribute to our values here, our core values here at Like It or Not. BPD 2018 on Cash App. You have Becca's Voice on Cash App, but you have DJ X3C on Venmo, DJ Exclusive on PayPal. Also, I know that David danced before the Lord. I know he did. You got to make sure we tip listen, our producer gets it from us every single time.
Yeah.
It's Black History Month. He supports this show that is Black owned.
We've taken out all these years of racism against our producer. Y'all tip
all day, please. And David's is
DKG 87.
DKG 87. Thank you so much for that. DKG 87. Listen, I love you guys. We're at the end of the show. Ben, I love your sweater, your yellow sweater. It's a good look. And so I will see y'all on next Saturday. We'll all see you guys on next Saturday. I love you. Please run the numbers up. Get us in the algorithm. Clip it. Do what you need to do. Mwah. Love y'all.